Beautiful good now. A lot has already been said and written on the topic of how to fulfill a wish. One could even say that desires are such a driving force in our lives. There are countless different approaches, procedures, techniques, including those that tells us that we will be the happiest when we get rid of desires completely. So, what is all that wishes matter about? As is the case in life, nothing is just black or white. Neither desire nor wish is good or bad. It just is. It's a part of our human experience, and it depends on from what level we are looking at anything. Normally, we perceive desire or wish as being at some point of space and feeling that at another point we would be better off. However, this concept creates inside us a feeling of dissatisfaction. On the one hand, we could say that this dissatisfaction moves us forward, but on the other hand, who is really enjoying this dissatisfaction and who would like to stay there the whole life? Because you may have already noticed that if you manage to achieve something you wanted, you may rejoice for a while, but soon another desire will reappear, accompanied by our well-known dissatisfaction. There are teachings that tells us that we are here to create and therefore to fulfill our desires, and then there are others according to which we will achieve the greatest well-being when we don't desire anything and are satisfied with what we have and where we are. At first glance, this may seem like quite contradictory statements, but in reality, both are true. A well-known saying gives us a clue. The journey is the destination. If we enjoy the process of realization of our dreams, that moving from one point to another, then we can really experience every moment in complete satisfaction with where we are and what we have. In order to get into such a flow, it is necessary to think not only about how to achieve our desires, but also about what we really want and why. Is our desire based on fear or comes from the heart? Note that our current society is largely based on fear. That is why much of what we want comes out of fear. Wishes based on fear will not bring us much happiness even when they are fulfilled. The creative force is love. Not the romantic one. It's just one of many manifestations of the tremendous power that created and holds the entire universe together. Take, for example, such a relatively common desire to be rich. Why do I really want this? Where this desire comes from? Maybe out of fear and mistrust that I won't have exactly what I need at any moment in time, or a belief that this is needed to be successful in life. What if we would let go of this fear and ask our heart what it really does want? It may be a desire to feel and experience abundance or a sense of security, or to have an overflow so that we can give to others or create beautiful things, or just being able to do what we really enjoy and what fulfills us. Do you feel the difference? These are the desires that our heart can hear. And once the heart is involved in any project, the creative power is unlimited. Let us have the courage to listen to what our soul whispers to us, what fills our heart with joy, where we feel our energy field expanding. Through these feelings, our higher self communicates with us and shows us the direction to go. Yes, sometimes it takes courage, because our true selves do not know fear. It is not bound by learned patterns, past conventions, ideas of others or society about what is or is not right, what should be. It knows that there is always enough for everyone in the universe, that we always have what we need. It is filled with love for oneself and others, because as a result, it is one and the same. But let's not take it fatally. Let's start when we are now. We don't have to be perfect right now. We can start with the desires, whether small or large, specific or general, that we have at the moment. If, during their fulfillment, we are also deepening our hearing of our inner voice and knowing, our desires will also change and refine. We all have inner, infallible navigation within us, but we are learning to listen to it and walk according to its indicators. And it is best to learn through practice itself, which also means that we can sometimes get confused or lost. But even that can bring us valuable experience, new skills, and sometimes a good dose of fun. Let's take a closer look at the idea of creation. Feel free to use this term if you like it, but in reality you don't really create anything. Everything has already been created. Everything is energy, vibration, and you are consciousness. The body and the physical world are a form of energy and vibration through which the consciousness gains unique experiences that it would not gain elsewhere. For example, the flow of time, touch of the wind on a face, the smell of a flower, hug, fear, anger, reconciliation, hope, awakening. For this experience, we agreed with certain limitations and the structure and concept of time. Time is only a concept that gives a framework to this experience. In reality, however, everything exists at the same time in one moment, the past, present, future, and all-day variants that you can and cannot imagine. The universe, or all that is infinite, toward the macro or micro level, inwards and outwards, and an infinite number of other dimensions. So it is not about creation as such, but rather about revealing what already is. Consciousness, one might say, is shifting in the space of reality. This shift takes place on the basis of vibrational resonance. The state of consciousness is always primary. The material world is just such a scenery for the experience of consciousness and reflects its state. Wish is an idea, just like everything else. Thinking of something means that it already exists somewhere in the realm of reality. But in order to move to this place, it is necessary to get to a state where this idea is already realized. We experience this movement as creation. And now the most important thing, it is not manifested that what we want, but what we are. We get what we are and what we expect. And these expectations or beliefs are largely in the subconscious. We don't have to make any special effort to find out what our subconscious is hiding. Just take a look at your lives, your relationships. All this is a reflection of your subconscious beliefs. But we can change that, and wish or an intention can help us with that. At the very beginning of creation is an idea or desire. It is necessary to specify what do we want to gain the clarity. Focused attention has much more power than distracted one. At the same time, we send a signal to ourselves and to the whole universe where we want to go. And this is how the desire becomes an intention. We also learn to formulate our wishes or intentions gradually. Through experience, intentions also change and grow with us. A good tip is to formulate your intention always in the present tense. So, don't say, I will have a beautiful day, nor I want to have a beautiful day, because then we would manifest exactly this state. Sometimes in the future I will have a beautiful day, or a wish to have a beautiful day. The wording in the present tense would sound like, I am having a beautiful day. That's what we really want. I am having a beautiful day here and now. The intention already carries much more energy, and the knowing that what we want is possible and can be manifested. We don't have to know how at all, just open up to the fact that everything is possible because everything already exists. Our heart and the true self know this very well. Now the mind needs to be involved in this knowing, and even a small grain of faith is enough for us to begin with. That's enough for the mind to open up at least a little bit and start noticing the small confirmations that will strengthen our faith or knowing. Also formulate your wishes or intentions not only with your mind and words, but also with your heart and feelings. These are the most accurate navigation coordinates. It's not about what I want to have or see, but how I want to feel and who I want to be. In fact, we are not interested in having any amount of money, having a specific person next to us, or having any ability to heal, for example. What we desire is to feel abundance or mutual love, or to feel the healing energy flowing through our hands, to be the person who lives in abundance, in a fulfilled relationship, or who is helping and healing others. It is always about how we feel and who we are. The scenery then adapts accordingly. The purpose of various rituals, techniques, or prayers is to formulate our desire and to help us believe that what we wish for is possible. They are not necessary, but they can be useful. Personally, I most often use prayer. Sometimes I even write an intention down to make it clearer, so I can go back to it and remind myself. In some urgent cases, I use a beautiful and effective metaphysical formula. I state my intention and then add, in harmony for the whole world, according to the divine will, under grace, in a perfect way. Thank you, Father. Fill in what resonates with you the most, God, Mother, the universe, Great Spirit. Thank you for hearing me, for always hearing me. Personally, I would always recommend adding to each intention that it will be realized in accordance with God's will. If you have, like I used to have, certain doubts about God's will, you can add, which is always good, kind, and loving. You can also add, especially for more specific wishes, this or something better. God's will is often misunderstood. It is not the will of some strict teacher, nor a ruthless dwarf. It's the will of love. The will of our true self is always the same as God's will. To accept God's will, it is good to develop self-love. Love for oneself is the love that God loves us. Sometimes we think we know best what will make us happy, what things should look like. That much money, this work, this person, this place. As I said before, our desires are often based on fear, well-established habits and concepts, or past experiences. It is all right to formulate these imperfect wishes and intentions, but let us also be open to the fact that what fills us with real joy may take a slightly or completely different form than we imagined. In this way, we actually surrender our wishes to the highest wisdom, which knows best when and how to fulfill our intention. We don't have to worry about it, and it's better if we don't care about it at all. Let us not limit the power that can work miracles with our little mind. Always give thanks for fulfilling your wishes. You will understand why this is important later. Yes, give thanks for fulfilling what you are asking for, even if you don't see it yet. Don't thank from the position of a small mosquito over which a higher power took pity. Put yourself in the feeling of gratitude and joy that you will feel when your intention is realized. We therefore formulated our intention and opened up to the possibility of fulfilling it. We have sown a seed, and we know that nature will take the best care of it. We cannot, by our human will, grow a seed into a flower. We are now becoming that flower. Our consciousness is now shifting to the reality of fulfilled desire. Every wish or intention is always heard. We now have just one task left, which is seemingly easy, but paradoxically it causes us the biggest problems. Namely, we have to accept what we asked for. Acceptance actually means becoming a new person, one who has experiences or does what we wanted. And this is where our subconscious come into play. For example, we want abundance, but we have different beliefs that contradict it. For example, that money is bad, that everything needs to be earned hard, that we are not worthy of abundance. These beliefs immediately begin to be reflected in various situations or feelings, but only so that we can deal with them, transform, and become a new person. This is where self-love and self-worth come on the scene again. The more we love ourselves, the more good we dare to accept. One of the most effective ways to transform subconscious beliefs is to live in a feeling of fulfilled desire. Keep asking, how do I feel? Who am I? What do I do? What do I think about when my intention is realized? And live in this feeling, be this new person, do his deeds, think his thoughts, have inner conversations that this new self has. It may be tough at first, but you will see that over time this new feeling will become clearer and more realistic. Physical reality is denser than our consciousness. The shifting here is therefore slower. But we don't have to care exactly how this path will unfold. To discover a new reality, we only need to focus on the vibration of the place we want to get to. By embracing this vibration now, that's what gets us there. However, this doesn't mean that we will just lie on the couch all day and do nothing. Because it's not even what we really want. It's not the vibration of our goal. Often people worry about what they should do to accomplish the intention. If we are constantly attuned to the feeling of fulfilled desire, everything takes place quite naturally and automatically also through us. If we have to do something, we just know and do it. Our higher self knows the best path and constantly guides us on it, through feelings of joy, satisfaction, peace, tranquility, enthusiasm. Listen to these signals and let them guide you. After all, people who have undergone clinical death or other near-death experience have one message. I experienced something similar myself and I can only confirm. It is not important what exactly we do in life or what we achieve, but how we love. Moments of joy, love and kindness are the only ones we take away with us. This is the only thing we see when we look through divine eyes. Do what makes you happy, say words that fill you and others with joy. Go to places where you feel good, be with the people you resonate with. Thus you will dwell in the highest possible vibrations. You will be the highest version of yourself and in accordance with the God who dwells in you. You begin to enjoy the journey itself and paradoxically, the goal itself ceases to be so important. It is said that it's necessary to detach oneself from the desire. Actually, we detach from wanting, because if we want something, we don't have it. Let's live as a person who has and is who we want to be. And then, one day, you suddenly realize that your wish has come true. You will smile, and your heart will be filled with gratitude. And now you will remember the moment when you first gave thanks for fulfilling your wish. And then you laugh fully, because you know that you have found something much more valuable on this journey.